Welcome to the audiovisual tutorial video. This is going to be pretty boring, but hang in there. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to come over and put the screen down. The screen's in the staircase. It's a little dark in here, pardon me. Just press the button once for it to go down. The screen will go down all on its own. Make sure there's nothing underneath the screen that's going to hit, otherwise you'll wreck your screen. Once you see that thing coming down, then you want to come over to the panel over here. Stand up on a chair, be safe, and then turn each component on. Power, 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 and just for fun, turn the DVD player on. So now all of your power is on. You're going to see everything power up. Next thing that you're going to want to do is grab the remote for the screen and projector. This is the screen and projector remote. Now, there's some really important buttons here. This is power off. And then this 6 set of buttons here, that controls what signal's coming into the remote, or what signal's going into the projector, sorry. So by hitting this first one here, RGB1, that turns on the television signal. And for the World Cup, that's what we're going to be using. So now that your power is on your top box there, which is your cable box, that's our digital cable box, you turn this to RGB1, and the way you do that is pointed at the projector. So turn the power on. When you look up at the projector, you can't see it here because of the glare, but there's a green light on the projector. When you turn the power on, it's going to take a couple minutes to warm up. The other remote that you're going to want to grab right now is the television control. That's just a normal HD box television control that we have. And you're going to go down the stairs and get in front of the screen. The first thing you're going to see on the screen when the projector comes on is the Panasonic sign. That means it's working properly. The Panasonic sign will fade out in about 10 seconds. And then whatever it is that you have coming through for a signal will come on. Now, in this case, we've already turned on the cable box, and it's on a channel. We just have to make sure you get the right channel. Now, because this is a high-definition box, you want to make sure that you have a high-definition channel on, if possible, for whatever it is you're watching. For the World Cup, CBC is the carrier, and I know that 209 is the HD channel for CBC. So I'm going to point the remote at the cable box from the floor here, hit 209, and then hit OK, and that'll change the channel. If I go back to here, now I can see that this is the CBC. Not exactly the show we want to watch, but it's certainly CBC. The other way to do it, and it's a little trickier, but a little easy, and somewhat a little easier, is hit guide. This top button here is guide. Hit guide on there, and then you get your TV guide just like you do at home. Then you can just flip to the right channel. But we know 209 is our right channel, so we're just going to put it on 209. Fantastic. Now, some important things to know about the projector remote. Once you have the right signal coming through, then you're going to want to check and make sure that the screen is the right size. Now, unless somebody's messed with it, it should be fine. But if somebody else has changed the aspect size, you might have to play with the aspect button. Point it at the screen because the signal will actually bounce back to the projector. Then you can look at the screen at the same time. So if you flip through the aspect buttons, that'll change the size of the screen, or the image that's being projected to the size of the screen. And you want to make sure it's stretched out as far as you can. One of the other useful buttons here is zoom and shift. So if you press the on-screen button, which is this one here on the lower left, now you get all the commands on the screen. Just for fun, I'm going to turn off the cable so we can see a better picture. Ingrid, I'm doing something. So when you have the zoom adjust on the screen, the way to change it is with the arrow keys on this remote. So if you need to make the screen bigger, you hit up. If you need to make the screen smaller, you hit down. The other thing that you can use on here is focus. Now focus should never change, but if you need to sharpen the focus, if you hit the focus button, again, it's the up and down arrows. And the best way that you can judge focus is by words on the screen. So look for some sharp words on the screen and make sure the edges are nice and sharp, and then everything else should work. If you hit the shift button, now you're shift adjusting on the screen, and you can go left and right and up and down with the arrows. Again, this isn't something you should have to do if everything was left the way it's supposed to be.